process is to prepare a draft progress with an interview with a selected company to obtain information related to its business, operation and financial matters. The cooperation and commitment of all group members play an important role in ensuring the success of the assignment project. Humble Ground Cafe was chosen because it operates as a sole proprietorship and provides clear insight into real business and accounting practice, make it suitable for this study.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. Today I'm going to present about Humble Ground, a thriving homemade cake and coffee business operating right here in Malacca. Let me introduce you through the company essential background information. First, let's look at the business name and type. The business is called Humble Ground and it operates as a sole proprietorship, which means it's owned and managed by a single individual entrepreneur. As for the business location, Humble Ground is situated at 24 Jalan Tuntang Chenglok in Malacca. This is a prime location in the heart of Malacca Culture District, making it easily accessible to both local and tourist customers. The business activities focus on producing and selling homemade cakes and coffee. This nice cafe offering combines two popular consumer demands and quality baked goods and specialty coffee beverages. For contact information, customer can reach the business directly via WhatsApp at 017-343-4245 for inquiries and orders. Regarding startup capital, the owner has invested between 30,000 ringgit to 80,000 ringgit of self-fund capital to establish this business. This shows strong personal commitment and financial independence in launching the venture. Moving to the next slide, I want to highlight the key characteristics that define how Humble Ground operates as a business entity. This is crucial for understanding the business structure and operational framework. Let's break down the seven business characteristics. First, the business structure is sole proprietorship. Humble Ground operates as a sole proprietorship, which means it's owned by one individual who has full control over all business decisions. This structure offers flexibility in decision making but comes with certain regulatory requirements. Second, regulatory approval. The business has been approved by the Companies Commission of Malaysia. This is a critical achievement because it means the business complies with Malaysian business registration requirements and operates legally under Malaysian business law. Third, owner's capital. The owner has invested 30,000 ringgit as initial capital. This forms the starting equity of the business and shows the owner's financial commitment and personal stake in the business success. Fourth, employee count. Humble Ground currently has 3 employees. This indicates that the business has grown beyond a one-person operation and requires a small team to manage production, sales, and customer service. Fifth, liability structure. As a sole proprietorship, Humble Ground has unlimited liability. This is a critical characteristic. It means the owner is personally liable for all business debts and obligations. If the business faces financial difficulties, creditors can pursue the owner's personal assets. 6. Accounting requirements. The business maintains a book of accounts, which documents all financial transactions. This is essential for tracking profitability, fulfilling tax obligations, and making informed business decisions. The business records profit or loss from operation which directly affects the owner's personal income and business sustainability. And the last thing, is the connection. Notice how all these elements are interconnected. The sole proprietorship structure determines the liability type, the capital amount of finance, the employee count effect cost structure, and the books accounts ensure a profit tracking. Let's discuss how Humble Ground's business items are classified from an accounting perspective. This classification system is the foundation of proper financial management and reporting. For the opening explanation, in business accounting, every transaction and item must be classified into specific categories. For Humble Ground, this classification includes 5 main categories that represent the financial structure of the business. The slide explains that the business items can be classified into assets, liabilities, capital, revenues, and expenses. These categories relate directly to the business economic activities. Let me explain. The first one is assets. Assets are resources owned by Humble Ground that have economic value and contribute to generating business income. Examples for this business would include kitchen equipment, for example like ovens, mixers, or coffee machines. And the second, furniture and features. Third, cash on hand or in the bank account. Third, inventory of raw materials. And the last thing is stock of finished products. These assets are essential for Humble Ground's daily operations to produce and sell its products. The second one is liabilities. Liabilities represent money or obligations that Humble Ground owes to external parties. This could include loans from banks or creditors, amounts owed to suppliers for ingredients, wage payable to employees, rent payable for the business space. Managing liabilities is crucial because they affect the business financial health and cash flow. The third one is capital. Capital refers to the owner's equity investment in the business. For Humble Ground, the owner's initial investment of 30,000 ringgit is capital, and any additional money of the owner puts into the business increase capital, and if the owner withdraw money from the business, capital might be decreased. Capital represents the owner's net worth if the business. Revenues are the income generated from the business core activities, from selling homemade cakes, income from selling coffee and beverage, and any additional revenue streams, such as in catering service or custom orders. Revenues show the money coming into the business from its operations. And the last thing is expenses. Expenses are costs incurred in running the business. For example, cost of raw materials, employee wages and salaries, rent for the business location, utilities, packaging materials, marketing and advertising costs, transport and delivery costs. Tracking expense is critical because profit is calculated by subtracting expenses from revenues.
This includes coffee machine, on your personal decoration use, refrigerator, and light fixtures and fans. Next, I will explain about capital. Capital is a productive asset for growth in business brought by the owner. Capital can be a measure of wealth as well as a resource that can be used to increase wealth through direct investment. Humble Ground capital is estimated amount RM30,000. Revenue is money brought into the company by its business activities measured over a set amount of time. Humble Ground revenue estimates RM80,000 a month. The main source of revenue for Humble Ground Cafe comes from selling cakes and beverages.
Hi, my name is Nur Akhlani Rahmiti Abdul Amirazi. Today I will be presenting the liabilities of Humble Ground. Currently, the company has no liabilities as all payments were made in cash and there is no outstanding debts. There are the expenses incurred by Humble Ground. Firstly, the expenses from Bigfoot Malaysia Sdn Bhd amount to RM496.50. These expenses were mainly for raw baking ingredients such as whipping cream, cream cheese, and cocoa powder, which are essential for daily food preparation in Humble Ground. Next, the expenses from Leasehold Sdn Bhd total RM32.10. This amount was spent on fresh fruits including lemons, strawberries, blueberries, and dragon fruit, which are used for beverage and fruit garnishing. Overall, the total expenses incurred by Humble Ground were RM528.60. These expenses are necessary to support the daily operation and ensure the quality of product offered to customers.
Next, I will be presenting about strengths and weakness for Humble Ground Cafe. First of all, I would like to share about strengths. There are 3 points of strength such as simplicity in accounting setup, financial control and transparency, and tax filing simplicity. All of these help this cafe to increase their financial accounting system. Secondly, I would like to share about the weakness for this company. There are also 3 points such as limited financial capacity, record keeping challenges, and financial risk exposure. All these weaknesses will cause a lot of problem for this cafe. Furthermore, I would like to presenting about recording process. Humble Ground Cafe had been using online payment and cash payment. For online payment, they use Universal POS application, QR payment, and online bank transfer. However, for cash payment, Humble Ground Cafe use Universal POS application.
Based on our project, we have learned how accounting principles are applied to real business activities. First, proper accounting helps monitor business performance and manage cash flow effectively so the owner can know the profit or loss accurately. Second, using simple and consistent recording systems to manage capital, revenue, and expenses make daily operations smoother and year-end reporting easier. Finally, good accounting practice support business growth and help the owner make informed decisions, ensure the business remains competitive and can meet customer demands. That's all from us. Thank you.
Here are some photos and video that we already took from the site visit at this cafe.